Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kazidelicious, and today I'm going to talk to you about the time I was robbed at gunpoint. Before I get too into that, I just want to preface it with, I was the type of person that thought I would fight my own battles. I definitely didn't think that I was someone who would ever have to deal with being robbed at gunpoint. It was something that you always heard other people would go through, and you never really thought it would happen to you. And when I was 22 years old, it did happen to me. So that day, it was a Friday in the early fall. Pretty nice day out, pretty busy at work, and I worked 2 jobs. So I had worked the morning at Baker Square as a server, earning tips, and then the nighttime at Chili's as an expo. And I had my tip out on me, and that was probably all that was in my purse. Everything else was still in my pocket, and I had just gotten off of work, and back then I was a smoker, so I was stopping at the gas station for cigarettes, and I was parked on the side of the gas station. It wasn't really well lit there, but it was also a Friday night, pretty busy on a main road. Didn't think anything of it because I'd done it a million trillion times. So I'm parked at the gas station, and I come out from buying my cigarettes, and have you ever had your gut just like tell you that something wasn't right about someone, but you ignored it, or maybe you listened to it? Well, for me, my stomach was like, oh, something's not right about that guy. And then I was like, that's mean to think like that. You don't know him. But then I also made a mental note to try to remember what he was wearing and what he looked like and quickly get the heck out of Dodge. So I get in my car, and I'm not thinking about this guy anymore because it was like a quick mental note and I'm on about my business. So I'm in my car, which I'm poor back in these days, so my car doesn't have interior lights. So I have my door open as I'm trying to get everything situated, and next thing you know, I have like an arm around my neck, and I'm hearing, "Give me all your fucking money." And my instinct was like, did one of my coworkers just get off of work and see me here, or someone I know? So my reaction is to say, is this a joke? And then I'm met with a gun in my face, hitting me hard. I taste the warm blood coming down my face, and I realize this is not a joke, but then my brain is just not quite functioning. It's not handling it, and he says, "No, bitch, this is not a joke," as I feel it hit my face a few times. "Give me all your fucking money." And I'm so in shock that I'm just like, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. And he's like, "Give me your purse, bitch." So I just like, my brain stalls for a second, and then finally I just grab my purse and throw it at him. Well, once I do that, he obviously takes it and runs. At this point, I start to collect myself a little bit, and I get out of the car, and I decide to get really tough now. And I turn and yell, "Yeah, you better fucking run!" And then I turn another quarter and throw up all over the ground. And then I walk into the gas station. Now, granted, this gas station knows me. I have been going here a long time. They've seen me when I'm prepped up for a YouTube video, having fake black eyes and stuff like that. And usually I walk in, I let them know it's fake, but they already know because they've known me for years. So when I come in with a bloody face, of course, their first instinct is not to freak out, but at the same time, she just saw me. And she knows I love Halloween, and it's not Halloween yet, but she's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "No, call 911. And then I run to the sink and throw up again. Whew, that was a terrible panic attack. So then the police come, and I'm outside, and I'm still in a panic. Like, it's like my brain is not functioning right. Everything is super hyper speed. And I think that these guys now have my address, you know, they have all my information in my wallet, and they're definitely coming back for me. Why they would come back for me, I don't know. But my brain doesn't handle it. It's just like they're coming back to get me. Because when he had ran away, he met up with his two friends and they ran together. So who knows, you know, if they had more friends, if they had a car somewhere, what the situation was. So then as I'm talking to the cop and I'm trying to explain everything, and people, as they're driving by, are like staring out their windows, and I'm like, that might be them, that might be them. And I sound like a freaking psycho, you know. But I'm grateful because the cop understands this situation, and it messed me up for a while, you know. I went from being a person who was like walking in the streets with my friends at night, not exactly the best idea, but you know, being comfortable just doing that, to a person who was really uncomfortable with being out at night. So I started looking for daytime jobs, and I changed my entire lifestyle. I didn't really go to that gas station much anymore, and then when I did not park on the side. I was always like really weird about taking out garbage at night. I was always like afraid that they had got my address and they were going to meet me in the alley, because I had some weird nightmare of that, and then I just kept replaying it in my head. So, you know, it was kind of crazy to me, because actually I had more money in my pocket than I did in my purse, because like I said, I was a waitress and I had money in my pocket. So this dude got like probably like $30 in a broken cell phone, and he took so much from me. He took my safety, my feeling of comfort, and my ability to just be, my ability to just go out at night. So it took me a long time to rebuild that confidence to be able to do that again. And also, it took me getting a lot of aggression out. And I tried to think about like all the different ways I could have handled it and how it could have gone differently, but you really never know. My sister was robbed at gunpoint, and she actually grabbed the gun out of the person's hand. And that scares me so much, because it could have gone terribly. And it could in any situation. And so it's just always scary to think that, you know, you could be going on about your normal business, and you know, I wasn't in the bad part of town, whatever that means anyway, but I wasn't in an area that was necessarily known for crime. I wasn't in a dark alley. You know, I was in a pretty well-lit area on a busy night. There were people not far away. So, you know, you have this idea in your head of what puts you in a dangerous situation, but anything could. My sister was just working in a fast food restaurant, you know, so you never know, and you don't know how you'll react. But, you know, my best advice is just to try your best to move past that, and eventually it will get better. I know from experience that my panic attacks got less, but in the beginning, shadows in the night, people's footsteps behind me, things like that were really bad triggers and traumatic, and I didn't want to admit it, so I didn't talk to a lot of people about it. I mean, one of my closest friends was just like, you got robbed at gunpoint? And we like literally worked at Chili's together during that time. But people don't know always what you don't share, and now that I'm starting to share things, you know, if you relate to things or you need someone to talk to, I'm here, okay? Have a great day. Love ya. I'll probably be working on some sketch videos sometime this week.